Welcome to another weekly power session. Today we've got the amazing Rebecca Grainger with us, who's a transformational life coach, career mentor, and an energy healer. Rebecca is also a published author, wife, and mother. I don't know how you do it all, Rebecca, but welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hello, thank you. Lovely to be here.
Oh, it's so great to have you. And today what Rebecca is going to be talking to us about is about raising your vibration to be confident. So I suppose to start off with, Rebecca, what does that mean?
I know, it's so random, isn't it? Okay, so we're all energetic beings. Everything around us is created by energy, and we operate at a vibration. So in really simple sort of form, if we can raise our vibration, we attract things that operate at that same vibration to us. So if we, from a mum and business perspective, if we are doubting ourselves, if we have negative thoughts or feelings about ourselves or our business, that's low vibration. Mm-hmm. What we want to do is shift it up so that we're attracting love, happiness, abundance, success, that type of thing. Yeah. Very simply.
Okay, so how can we do this?
Okay, so there's a few ways, and there's a lot to go through and a lot that kind of all links back. But simply, the fastest way that everyone can do now without any training or anything is gratitude. Mm-hmm. So by being grateful for what you have today, raises your vibration and attracts more. So even if, say, you're starting off and there's no income coming into your business, you have to find something to be grateful about. So it's, thank you for the opportunity to run my business. Thank you for the Facebook business page that I have. So you're just finding little things that relate to what you want to create, and be thankful for those. A very simple ritual that everyone can do, and I recommend to all of my clients, is they start their day with just thank you, thank you, thank you. You don't even need to add anything else onto it, but just a simple thank you, thank you, thank you. Sets you up for the day. The next thing that you can layer on over that is setting your intention. So today is going to be a good day, and today I'm going to do X, Y, or Z. So you're setting your intention and essentially telling the universe what you want to get out of that day. And even if then the shit hits the fan, at least you started off at a higher vibration, and you're coming down, rather than starting the day already down in the ditches, and then there's nowhere else to go.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, so that first one's gratitude and setting intentions.
Yeah. The two other ways that people really need to work on, and this is where it gets a bit more complicated, but your thoughts and your feelings. Mm-hmm. Now, your thoughts are made up of your conscious and your subconscious thoughts. Your subconscious thoughts are 90% stronger than your conscious thoughts. Yeah. So if we're saying, consciously we might have an affirmation, my business is successful, but inside we're going, I'm never going to succeed, it's never going to work, everyone doubts me. That's what's going to happen. So we need to change those subconscious thoughts and those limiting beliefs, because even whatever you're saying externally, if inside you're feeling something different, that's what you're going to manifest, and that's what you're going to attract into your life. Because remember, your thoughts are also energy, they're also vibrational. So your conscious ones are far weaker. So if you're sending you're verbalizing that out into the universe, fine. But if in your heart you're believing something different, then that's what's going to what you're going to attract. So from your heart waves to your brain waves, your heart is 60 times stronger than your brain waves. Yeah. So what you're saying is far weaker than what you're internally thinking, and what your brain is thinking and to what your heart is feeling. Your heart is that much stronger as well. So you really have to work on what is going on inside in your heart, and what you're feeling. And that's where, you know, the next piece then is really attacking those limiting beliefs, breaking down the barriers, breaking down the blocks, so that what you're truly believing and feeling what it is that you want to attract into your life.
I think I totally agree. And I think a really good example that everyone can relate to is when you talk about kind of, you know, your head and heart is, you know, when you are, you know, you're feeling a bit kind of stressed out, or you've got so much going on and so much to do, and yet you take that time to, say, for instance, go and play with your children. They know it's that energy that you give off. You might be sitting there playing, thinking that you're spending quality time with them, but they know somehow they get that vibration, that energy of you're actually distracted. You've got some more going on. It doesn't matter how many times you smile at them or tell them that you love them. They know something's going on. And that's, I think, is a really good example of that kind of, you know, that head and heart and that energy that you give off. And it's same with, so now putting into business context. So we all know the mum context, and I'm hoping everyone can relate to that. But networking events, you know, I've held so many networking events, and I have been the person, I've been the connector. So I'm looking for someone to connect to someone else. And when I've gone to introduce, and you're thinking this is a great opportunity for this person, they really need to kind of, you know, sell themselves. And you can see that whatever they're talking about, it's interesting, but it's actually their head's not there. They're not, they don't believe in what they're saying. And you can see it straight away without even them actually physically telling you. It's the energy, it's the vibe that they give off. And I think in business, like you say, you know, attracting that, whether it's, you know, wealth, love, you know, what you want in life,
your people, your tribe, attracting your tribe to you.
Exactly. It's all about that energy. And I suppose it comes out in everything you say, everything you do, how you express yourself, the motions, the way you walk, the way, you know, everything. So this is so important in terms of raising your vibration, because, you know, you can't expect everyone to be happy when you're not, or you know, everyone to be not stressed when you're super stressed. You know, it's that sort of thing. So,
I mean, that's where finding your purpose, you know, when people say, you know, finding your purpose and, you know, finding what you're passionate about, what they're talking about is coming into your heart. Because when you're operating and making decisions from your heart space, they are authentic and people feel it. So you're absolutely right. You know, when you're with the analogy with playing with your children are simple beings. They operate in the present moment. As adults, we don't. And this is why mindfulness and meditation is so critical in today's society. Our thinking operates in the past and in the future. So we're constantly worrying or anxious about one or the other. We're never in the present moment, but we're in the present moment is actually where magic happens. So taking that time, even if it's just 5 minutes a day, and it doesn't have to be a formal meditation practice, it's just 5 minutes to be very quiet and bring your thoughts in and become far more mindful. And then you can get that head to heart connection. And then you're making decisions based on your heart, which is love, which is authenticity, which is your inner guidance, not worry and fear, which is your ego, and it's called your monkey mind. So it's really important that we sort of bring our headspace and our thinking in and connect it down into our hearts.
Yeah, and I think you've mentioned a word that sounds terrible for me to say, but it gets thrown around a lot, especially these days. I mean, I hear in adverts even, which is being authentic or authenticity. And I think a lot of probably people throw that around loosely, and being authentic might be, you know, being like someone else who you feel is authentic. And I think that maybe just giving, you know, our viewers just a bit of breakdown about what is actually being authentic. Would be great.
So, I mean, in my eyes, being authentic is truly being, you know, honest to yourself. It is very difficult, especially when you're in business, not to suffer from comparisonitis, you know, not to feel that you have to follow a set procedure or do what other people are doing. And that's when, you know, exactly when you were saying, if you're in a networking event, if you're just copying or trying to do what other people are doing because it's worked for them, but you're not feeling that it's actually quite aligned or resonates with you, people sense that, and it won't work. You'll be coming up to blocks because emotionally it's not feeling right. So you'll be stumbling, you'll be pushing and pushing, which is a really masculine sort of selling place to be in a business, whereas really what you want to do is sit back into your heart, find out what works and what you truly want to do, and then your energy expands. You're feeling a lot more confident because it feels right, and you're not, it's not something, you're not trying to be something that you're not. When you have that sort of confidence, and you find your own voice, people will resonate with you. And remember, we're not trying to attract everyone. Our tribe is just the people that think like us, and that resonate with us. And when we are, so that to me is what's being authentic. And then you'll just have, you'll slowly attract your tribe, and you'll slowly organically grow those people that really resonate and want to hear from you and understand you and grow with you.
Okay.
And that obviously then creates, you become more confident, and that then creates more business, and you're then in the flow, and that's when you become in alignment, and that's when business flows.
And there are dips, though. There are dips. It's you might be thinking, okay, I found my position, I know what's happening, I'm in the flow, and then all of a sudden you're like, okay, what's happening here? So because everyone, your tribe's evolving, you're evolving. So it's just it's just making sure, but I suppose being mindful, being aware that I suppose you've always got to be conscious of those vibrations, first of all, and second of all of always coming back to yourself, whether it's reviewing or whether it's just making sure that once a week you're checking that you're in line with where you wanted to go, and you're not getting distracted by someone else's massive personality or whatever it may be.
You always have to review, absolutely. And when you're creating a business, you have your end vision, your end goals, and you've got to then make sure, obviously, that what you're creating is actually aligned to your end goal. And then you're creating your goals on that process. And obviously, from a manifesting point of view, you don't necessarily need to know the whole full journey, how you're going to, how it's going to look to get to the end position. You've got to trust that the universe is going to get you there. But by making sure you do get to where you want to be, you need to be really clear in that. And so by being clear is, again, going back into your heart and not being stuck in your head, going back to your heart and feeling, well, what is right for me? What is it that I'm trying to create?
Absolutely. Okay, brilliant. All right. So part of our raising of vibrations, we've learnt about, obviously, gratitude. We've learnt about setting your intentions daily. And the third one I've got here is around thoughts. Is that right?
Visualizations,
Visualizations. Okay,
so
great.
Similar to what we were just sort of talking about then, you want to have your end goal really, really clear. So this is your big dream. What is it that you're working towards? Lots of people do, sorry, it keeps going dark. Lots of people do vision boards. Vision boards are great, absolutely fantastic. Break it up into the pieces: business, family, travel, whatever, health. Get out there visually what you want, but then work back from that. What do I want to achieve in the first 6 months? What do I want to achieve? Say we're talking about business in the first year. Break those goals down. Again, you don't need to know how it's going to happen. You just need to trust that it's going to happen. So get really clear, and then create affirmations for these. So it might be, my business is successful and can financially support my family. You can put dollar figures onto this. If you need a minimum amount, put that in, but in excess of, so you almost don't want to say I earn, 100,000, because it could be more than that. So you almost don't want to limit the universe, but you want to create space to grow. So visualizations. The other thing that I ask a lot of my clients to do is live as if. So if one of the things is, I want to own my own home, and this is what I want it to look like, go out and view houses that you want to one day live in. Go in and visualize and feel what it feels like to be in that environment, and then use that in your visualization. So when you're dreaming or you're meditating and you're keeping this focus on where you want to go long term, you've got the feelings. So remember, your feelings are that more powerful than the thoughts, because you've been in that environment. You can really feel what it looks like and what it feels like. If it's in your business and you want to be on stage speaking, and we're in startup phases and it's like, how am I ever going to get there? When you're in meditation, or you think, even if you're just sitting quietly thinking, where do I want my business to go, visualize. Visualize what you're going to wear, how you're going to stand, what you're going to say, what do you want to talk about, who's going to be there, how big is the audience, where's it going to be? It could be over in New York or something. Who's it going to be run by? Visualize it all, work through everything and feel, what am I going to feel like? The visualization process is really, really powerful. It's more powerful than the affirmations. Affirmations I like because you can stick them on your mirror. I write them in pen, this chalk pen on my wardrobes. And it just gives you a daily reminder. But it's your feelings that are far more powerful. So the visualization and sort of as if, and keeping your vision board, it's the feelings. It's combining those feelings and your thoughts. And again, all of that raises your vibration.
Fantastic. That's brilliant. Well, thank you. I mean, those 3 points seems pretty easy to implement for the day, but I say that now and then I know what I'm like. I need it like all up there in front of me all the time. I'm so
I know. But remember, if you've got blocks in, if inside you're feeling this is just never going to happen, you need to work through those. Quick tip in terms of how a simple way to do that: if whatever your limiting beliefs are, whatever those secret, the inner dialogue, the negative inner dialogue, write your list of everything, the negativity that's going on in your head, and then write reasons why that's not true. So you're disproving your own negative thoughts.
That's a great exercise. That's brilliant. Thank you for that.
Just such a snippet.
No, that is very good. That's very good. And I think that is important, especially at startup phase, because so many people are doing the transition. And that's like family, work, maternity, work, 2 jobs, family, and there is always this sort of transition. And when it's that stage, it's like so much information and so much work and so much to be done compact in like a 6 or 12 month period, and you feel like sometimes you're just treading that wheel, and it's really important to try and take that moment, raise your vibration, and you actually find a lot more clarity. You find you get things done a lot quicker. I mean, it's the only way I've done it. Meditation. I don't think I could have done a second business with family and my first business without meditation. So it's definitely really key. So thanks so much for being with us today, Rebecca.
Pleasure. I've loved it.
And I'm sure we're going to see a heap more of you. So ladies, just so that you know, Rebecca's details will be below in the email and below the video as well. So if you're really thinking that you're at that place where you really want someone to support you through your business, someone that's also a life coach and can really kind of, focus on that inner you and getting that vibration up.
Energetic.
There we go. Transformation. That's what we're looking at. Then get in touch with Rebecca. But thanks so much for all your time today.
Pleasure. Thank you for having me.